What's going on, world? It's your homie Sensei Rippin'. I'm back again with another video. Over the weekend, Kanye made a shocking confession while promoting his latest single, Cousins. Okay, for those who may not know, Kanye made a post. As we all know, he's no stranger to controversy. However, in this post, people wasn't ready for this. Okay, now listen. Prepare yourself because this is crazy. In a post on Twitter over the weekend, Kanye said, "This song is called Cousins. Okay, it's about my cousin that's locked up in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I blanked my cousin's blank till I was 14. Okay, now again, this tweet right here sparked a lot of reactions from people because, again, we understand Kanye is no stranger to controversy. However, he's been very desperate to get everyone's attention. And at this point, it's like, yo, if you got to go to these lengths to get people's attention, all because you've done so much, you've exhausted the people so much with the antics, it's like he's running empty. Okay, he's running low in regards of the tactics that he's accustomed to using when getting people to talk about Kanye. You get what I mean? He likes to be talked about. That's just who he is. Remember, we've had several moments right in the past where he's made controversial posts. However, making this type of admission, this type of confession, all while promoting your latest single, Cousins. Oh, and the song, if you listen to it, you can hear Kanye rapping about it. I can't play the video that he uploaded because it was graphic as well. But the point is, Kanye is, man, he's on one. Okay, now, of course, this morning, Cam and Mase, they were able to give their take on Kanye's shocking confession over the weekend because, again, that's crazy, man. I can't even, like I said, sometimes you can't even put words, together to try to make sense of what Kanye is trying to do, right? I see so many of his fans, they'll fight for him to the end. But this one, you haven't seen too many people defend Kanye and his actions, okay? Now, like I said, we had Cam and Mase earlier today. They gave their reaction because, again, a lot of people have distanced themselves from Kanye, and rightfully so, because, man, what are you supposed to say in that situation? You know what I mean? All we've been able to do is say, listen, pray for Ye. You know what I mean? Let's pray for Ye. Let's pray for him. But that ain't working, clearly. That ain't working. And that's the unfortunate part because Kanye and his legacy, you don't want this to be the lasting impression for him and his legacy because, again, the start of his career, the music, I mean, damn. Like I said, very disappointing, but enough of my soapbox rant. Here is Cam and Mase and them giving their take on Kanye and his controversial post over the weekend. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get right.
To have you back. You've been missed.
Yeah.
But it has been a crazy week. In your opinion, what do you feel like?
Freaky week, Stat.
Freaky week.
A freaky week.
In your opinion, what do you feel like was the craziest headline you saw?
I don't know which one is crazy. No. The Kanye one was crazy.
That was
crazy.
For sure.
I don't even know what to say. Some things you just gotta stay out of. Pause. You gotta stay out of that one.
Okay.
I just found out about the Kanye thing this morning when y'all guys brought it up. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah.
Could you update me?
Yeah. So for those who don't know,
because I didn't know.
I'm
covering my ears.
Yeah. Ye just posted a tweet basically saying that he released a new song called Cousin. It was about his sexual relations that he had with his male cousin. They were reading inappropriate sexual things. They did the acts upon each other, and basically him saying after the fact that cousin got in some legal trouble, and he felt like he may have had something to do with it by telling them they could not participate in dirty things anymore with each other. So basically, they were sucking each other. Yeah.
They was what?
They were sucking on each other.
Niggas be conveniently gay. like, yo, it's like, yo, let's be gay for a little while now because this man is popping. So now let's talk about when I was gay at one time. Yo, and I don't got nothing against gay people. Like I said, I respect the gay people that say they gay. I don't really like the people when I'm talking about gay people that's hiding that they're gay in the closet. That's what I'm saying. Come out and say that you gay. If that's what you're doing, cool. Kanye been in the public eye for at least going on 20 years, if not longer. Maybe 22, 23 years, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. And now you gay or had gay acts or whatever the point be, shit ain't working. Everything he got going on ain't seem to have been working. He had swastikas. He's Hitler last month, wasn't he? Hitler? And then he was a KKK nigga about 3 weeks ago. Now he molested his cousin and he gonna do a song about it. It's just too convenient. See, and you know what I like what academics did, to be totally honest with you? What academics did was he filmed everything in that interview. Now imagine that interview would have started with the KKK shit on. You'd be like, oh, this nigga's crazy. Oh, this nigga Kanye is wild. He filmed when he came in. Kanye was a regular person. Hey, man, how you doing? What's happening? Cool? Let me go change and put my shit on. Come back out. Now let me get the BA now. Then when he thought the interview's over and they stopped taping, he took the shit off and was a regular cool nigga again. I would go for some of this shit, pause, if we didn't just see shit like that. And not just shit like that. When I'm around Kanye, I don't see none of the crazy shit. I haven't been around him in years. Maybe like 3 years ago, I've seen him for about an hour or two. But he's a regular guy that wanted to rap and did hot beats and so on and so forth. And he figured out a lane for himself. He started with snatching shit and paparazzi. He wanted his pictures, got around the right bitches that made his celebrity grow and made their celebrity grow too. And, I remember Dame talking about Cam, he's bipolar. He don't be taking his medicine. I never knew this. I'm not saying he is, and I'm not playing with people who are bipolar. I get it. I just never seen none of this shit. And I've been around Kanye for a long time ago. I just didn't see a murder. Is that still your son?
That's a creepy way. Oh my gosh.
You said I was your son. No, so if it's your son, it's all right. I just want to.
That was a good.
I'm just like,
yeah. I gotta pray for Ye, man. I don't know that guy, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't know what to say. This is just wow, yo.
It's just a yes or no question.
That person is not my son.
Okay. Got you. And what I'm saying is, if this is true, what I will say is this. I lived in Chicago for about 5 years. Shout out to the West Side, K-Town, all my niggas on the South Side, the Hundreds and everything. Everybody know I stayed up in Chicago for about a good 4 or 5 years. And Chicago is one of the best towns, best cities. Mm-hmm. I love Chicago because I got New York vibes, but it was super duper violence. Don't get that fucked up. But the women were more cool. Like it wasn't New York, like, New York girls are a little rough or whatever. It was like New York vibes. I'm talking about, to me, the West Side reminded me of Harlem. South Side was like Brooklyn. They got trains. They have a downtown, et cetera. It was landscape-wise, it was like New York. And I had a real good time. But, and I'm not saying nothing about the city of Chicago, but two of the biggest superstars ever, it's some molestation, nasty, peeing on bitches shit. It's a lot of shit going on with two of the biggest superstars ever, not just from Chicago, ever in music history, where some personal nasty shit going on. I don't know what was going on up there like that. This is before I got there, obviously, but y'all putting a stain on a good city, man. Y'all need to cut the shit, baby.
I'll just add.
Sound like you want to say something.
Nah, it just seemed like Ye going through a lot, you know.
Yes.
I think he's really just trying to, hopefully, I hope he's trying to find his way back to himself, but you gotta have the right people around you and things like that. Because when something like this comes out, I reached out to a few people that I know used to be close to him, but they're no longer close to him. So I don't know really who's around. And I pray he make it back, because this is crazy. I wouldn't do all of this to sell music. I definitely wouldn't. Like what you were saying, Killer. I believe that's what's happening, but I definitely wouldn't do this to sell music.
We know you wouldn't do it. Do you believe he's doing it?
I definitely, but I think he's definitely using it to sell the music, and that's the sad part about it.
Yeah, and not only that, and listen, I want him to get better too, but I'm gonna stop feeling sorry for niggas with money. Because there's niggas with no money who getting evicted tomorrow. They don't got the rent money. Somebody died in their family, they can't pay for the funeral. Niggas gotta live in a projects where they don't like niggas on the other side of projects. Niggas shooting on this side of projects. Niggas up the block don't like niggas down the block. You gotta stay in that environment. Yeah, you can get on the flight and go anywhere. But I'm not gonna keep feeling sorry for niggas who could change their circumstances. It's niggas who stuck in certain circumstances who can't change their circumstances, but we steady giving pity to niggas who could change their environment. I'm not doing it. I hope my man get his rent money that he need, because I gave it to him last month. Hopefully he'll get it again this month. It's situations like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hope that it's another nigga I know. Last year, I helped his son pay for his tuition. It's another year. They have to pay for a tuition coming up this year. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna help out. But that's his kid. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't my man like that. You know, I do good because his son is good. I like his son a lot. But the point being is, it's niggas in them type of situations.
Yeah.
We got to stop this.
Feeling sorry for niggas who know better.
Yeah.
I like that. I can go with that.
Yeah, man. Because if it was a situation, like I said, when I see the academic shit and I see them getting the character, I'm like, I don't know, man.
And he needed to give that statement to academics. If he would have started the interview with that on academics, it would have went viral from the jump. But it seemed like they didn't get the traction they wanted. So he's like, yo, I'm going to amp it up.
Yeah. To be honest with you, the best person to ask about this is, because we haven't been around in a while, and if bipolar, not bipolar, acting right, not acting right, it's that she was with the nigga about maybe less than a year ago. She's in the room hanging out with that.
All right, y'all. That was Cam and Mace's reaction to Kanye's controversial his confession, man. It's about his cousin. I mean, just speaking on it is crazy, because it's like, yo, what the hell? This is why we can appreciate Cam, right? For being honest. This is why people tune into the show, because you know they're going to keep it real. Come on. Like they said, this man is desperate for attention. And because of that, he's exhausted the people so much where it doesn't matter at this point. He done said everything he could possibly say to offend people. He done everything he could possibly do to offend people. And it ain't working. You get what I mean? And of course, everybody want to be PC. You get what I'm saying? So, we all going to say pray for Ye, because at the end of the day, you don't want to see a man's downfall. You know what I mean? Especially someone who is in position to avoid all of this. You doing all this to sell music during a time when music isn't selling? I mean, come on now. Like I said, now that people haven't really reacted in the way that I guess he hoped for, now it's back to his children. You know what I mean? Now they're saying Kanye, I ain't going to say they're saying, Kanye is upset for whatever reason about the relationship with his kids right now. And that in itself, that's crazy, because while he's doing all of this to the public, behind closed doors, this could create storms for him and his family. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, who wants to be associated with someone who's doing all of this for just selfish reasons? And then he's liable to just switch up at any moment and take you in a whole different direction. Hold on, wait a minute. We was just in the fashion industry. Now we over here talking about your cousin. What is up, man? What's up? What's going on, Ye? What's going on? Like I said, for me, I seen this years ago. You know, of course, the statement that he made at TMZ about slavery, you know, the Trump antics with the red hat and the blonde hair, you know, but George Floyd, for me, that was like, all right, man, come on now. You sitting there telling me that the world didn't see what we all witnessed on video. This is why the whole world was outraged, man. Come on. What are you talking about? But no, you want to be around certain people who talking white supremacist talking points. And now that you piss people off, remember, he went the church route, made all that money. And then, you know what I mean? Swerve went into something else, doing shows in arenas and stadiums. You know, like I said, now Kanye, his documentary is going to be crazy. I don't even know if you'll be able to find an actor to be able to accurately depict Kanye, because he's one of one. That I will say, that I can admit. But like I said, witnessing all of this with Kanye, all with the hopes of promoting music, promoting product, the brand itself, you know, it isn't working anymore. You know, like I said, at the end of the day, what happened to just the talent speaking for itself? Let's get back to those days. Because right now, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of fluff. As you can see, people need a lot of controversy to sell things, to promote things, because right now, people's not worrying about it. You know what I mean? And this right here, this is beyond extreme. That's why it's like, yo, are you kidding me? And for Cam, who's worked with Ye in the past, you know, hopefully this won't cause any controversy or commotion between him and Ye, but you got to be honest. I'd rather people be honest about me and my behavior than be around people who just, you know what I mean, gassing you for their own gain. And this is why nobody's around him, because, again, Kanye too hot. You know what I mean? And like I said, nobody wants to take joy in witnessing a man's downfall, but hopefully Kanye can find some level of peace and put an end to all of this, because this is ridiculous, okay? But like I said, y'all let me know, what are your thoughts on Cam and Mase and their reactions to Kanye and his shocking confession over the weekend after Kanye admitted to doing certain acts with his cousin? Like I said, again, this isn't a laughing matter. We understand the severity of the situation. And to be real, this conversation is way more layered. You know what I mean? This is sensitive subjects to talk about, you know what I mean, just for the sake of promoting music and the album. That's why it's not genuine. It's like, come on, man. You ripping the scab off for a lot of people who may or may not relate to what Kanye is saying, right? That's the truthful part. You know what I mean? However, Kanye, we know he's not serious. You know what I mean? Before you know it, next week he'll be on the posting about something else to get people's attention. But again, y'all let me know, man. What are your thoughts on your boy Ye and his shocking confession over the weekend? Do you think this is it for Kanye, considering he's exhausted a lot of people over the years with his antics and behavior? Or do you feel like he's valid for whatever reason? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. My name is Sensei Rip. Till next time, peace. Salute world, I need y'all to do me a favor right quick and tap into the homie Grand Finale's latest video titled Sidelines. Okay, the full video is available on his YouTube channel. However, I'm about to bless y'all with a quick teaser. Okay, if you like what you hear, make sure to head on over to his channel and leave a comment. All right, and make sure to tell him that Rip sent you. Okay, run them numbers up. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.
Upon the world before you dearly depart.
Let the world go by. Just let the world go by. And it'll all be just fine.
Thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, hit that notification bell to get the latest on hip-hop, sports, comedy, whatever. All right, we got you covered over here at Forgotten Kings TV. And also, click on one of these videos, okay? All right, y'all.